From Independence, Kentucky, it's Sports Without Boundaries with Eric Dieters and his sidekick Nick Batista.
Ladies and gentlemen, American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. It's actually doing our first show with our new name and everything else. What do you think, Nick Batista?
Good evening, Benedict Eric.
Benedict Eric, why do you call me that?
You replaced me last week with a guy you could have picked some jamoke from Grant County, but you picked this good-looking Hall of Fame guy from Northern Kentucky, who everybody loves.
Were you feeling like Wally Pipp a little bit there, Nick?
I was in Cleveland watching and going, I'm done.
Nick, I am loyal. See, I'm not Benedict Arnold. Now, the Cincinnati Reds, you can't make this up, Nick. The Reds have sucked. They lose 100 games every year. I haven't been to a Reds game. I can't remember. I went to an opening day game. I forget when it was, 3 years ago or 4 years ago. My cousin Josh convinces me about the Reds, and I've been following the Reds, and I'm excited about the Reds. Been watching every game. We go to the game, my first game in 3 or 4 years, Friday freaking night.
Yeah, he can't wait to talk about this. It's all about him, you know.
11-10. This guy hits the cycle.
Game they played in
DELLA CRUZ,
20 years.
first Reds player since 1989 to do the cycle. Youngest player to accomplish the feat since Cesar Cedeno. By the way, he did play for the Reds eventually.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, by the way, he was 0 for 5 today. But the Reds, they played with the Braves. They only lost to the Braves the last 2 games by 1 run. And the Braves are a hell of a team, man. They hit and hit, and then they hit some more.
You should go to all the games.
I don't have time.
162-0.
I don't have time to go to all the games. But McClain today was the first player for how long, Josh? 19 something or another for the Reds to hit 4 extra base hits.
No,
the pitching. Now you know why they're shopping. I understand it now. I'm like, don't mess up this team. But now you know why they're trying to find maybe some starting pitching before the trade deadline.
Well, who isn't? Who isn't? But the guy who put it all together, his name's Nick, right?
Yeah, Nick's your buddy. Nick's your friend.
Nick Kroll, what's his...
now, I got to ask you this. How come your Guardians could only beat the Brewers once this weekend?
Because our manager made a bonehead mistake today in the 10th inning.
Gee, was that extra innings today?
Yeah, it was. We were tied. We came all the way back 4-0, tied at 4-4, and he didn't pinch hit for somebody he should have. My own straw.
The NBA draft was Thursday night. Did you watch it?
Some of it. It went according to chalk, I thought.
You know, the NBA draft is kind of boring compared to the NFL draft.
Right.
And they do it all at once. You know,
which is good.
You know, the Xavier player got drafted. UK player got drafted, CARSON. Livingston was the last player to get drafted. Oscar Tshiebwe was not drafted.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh?
He's now signed with the Indiana Pacers. Toppin didn't get drafted. He's now signed with the New York Knicks. But
the Thompson twins, 4 and 5.
Victor Wembanyama. Did you see him? Did you see him standing next to David Robinson and Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan, yeah.
I mean, he's taller than everybody by a foot. It's
I know
crazy.
that guy can handle the ball, but man, he's skinny. My gosh. Remember Greg Oden from Ohio State?
Greg Oden wasn't too skinny. He was just too fat, and his ankles couldn't handle it.
No, he wasn't fat. He was skinny. He had really skinny legs.
Portland drafted Oden over Durant and Bowie over Jordan.
Right.
All right, College World Series. Did you watch this weekend?
I have. I watched it today. And
the game Friday night was like, wow.
Right.
Today, 22 or something on 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Florida kills them.
My buddy
kills LSU.
I know, the first baseman for Florida, man, Italian kid.
Go ahead.
I still think LSU is going to pull out the third game.
Well, I think that tomorrow it'll be interesting, but we at least get to see 3 games. The 3 games. The one thing I thought about today is The problem is the Florida batters are taking batting practice against the LSU pitching staff today.
I mean, LSU was tough until today.
So I don't know. I think Florida might have an advantage after
8
today.
games before that, there were one-run games in the College World Series.
All right, Major League Baseball. Do you got anything else to add on Major League Baseball besides how great the Reds are?
Well, the thing about this is, man, baseball's a game of runs, right? You win 50, you lose 50, and the other 62, that tells you where you're going to be at the end of the year. They won 12. Nice run. They're not going to win 12 in a row again for years.
Boo.
I mean, they're not. They're a good team.
Haters.
No, I'm not a hater.
Get Cunningham back on the phone. All right. I don't have anything to add to Major League Baseball right now, but I got something later. All right. BEAL has been traded to the Phoenix Suns for Chris Paul. Chris Paul's now gone to Golden State. Do you think that BEAL, Durant, and Booker will get the Phoenix Suns to the promised land?
No, I don't. I thought with Chris Paul they would have, but he gets hurt all the time, and
I think Phoenix is going to be tough to beat.
I think they got rid of a good coach that they had. I think they should have went one more time with him.
Did you hear about the NFL gambling policy reassuring? They put word out to these are the rules.
Yeah.
These are the rules. You can't bet.
No kidding. Joe Theismann comes out and says, we can't have any of this seeping into our game thinking the games are fixed. Well,
let me give you
an $8 million bet or loss by somebody. They don't know who it was yet.
Let me give you a life lesson, Mr. Nick Batista.
Okay.
Desperate people to desperate things, which means you're going to have the lower level NFL football players who get in some financial straits betting on football.
Right. Exactly. And then some nefarious characters are going to get involved and get to these players. Hey, you want to get out of this bet? This is how the mafia works.
What do you think about the Zion Williamson thing going on? All of his hoes are coming out and squealing on him, and his last one is getting his name tattooed on her face to spite him.
I saw a picture of one of these women, man.
Oh, Zion! But did you see it? She got to put his name on his cheek.
I didn't see that.
On his cheek.
To spite him?
Yeah, I mean, well, he's dumped her. He doesn't want to be with her anymore. And he's going to say, oh, yeah, this ain't over. It ain't over till I put your tattoo name on my face.
Dummy.
Bunch of hoes? Come on. Apparently, I forgot who this guy says. Mickelson showed him an offensive photo. And I'm thinking, what the hell you mean by offensive photo? Was it a nude photo?
Dick pic.
It was?
I don't know.
Is that what it was? You think it was a dick pic? I mean, I don't understand why, because it's just an offensive photo. And I says, is Phil in trouble? It's just an offensive photo.
It offended her. It has to be.
All right, Zach Herbstreit, Kurt Herbstreit's son, is hurt.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, you're supposed to be a Buckeye fan.
Didn't he go to Xavier?
He's cutting it marked up, studied up on it. But anyway.
My God, it's like war and peace here. I looked at this thing like,
bottom line is Zach Herbstreit's going to be okay.
TV show.
Now, Patriots arrest cornerback Jack Jones has been arrested. Their star cornerback gets arrested. Guns everywhere.
Yeah, guns.
Do you think that he will stay a Patriot?
No way. No way.
I bet you they keep him. Dennis Rodman came out and said his dad had 16 wives. I don't know if at the same time. And 29 kids. That is the family that Dennis Rodman came from.
I wonder if he was nuts. But he don't have anything on Sean Kemp. Remember his dad had like 59 kids or some crazy thing.
I didn't remember that.
Sean
59 kids?
He was one of
My
59.
God. Family reunions.
My Lord. 16 wives. That can't.
You got to rent out the Coliseum for the family reunion. All right. Shohei Ohtani versus Della Cruz. Who's better for baseball?
Oh, Shohei for sure. I don't like him. I like Dela Cruz better. But Shohei, I mean, my God, what he's doing.
It is
Babe
crazy.
Ruth.
It is crazy. I mean, he's like a great pitcher, and he's leading the league in homers.
They're starting to get to Dela Cruz, the pitchers.
Nah, they won't.
Striking out.
No, they they won't. They didn't get to him Friday night. Major League expansion. It looks like Nashville is the spot. Do you think this is a wonderful? I think it's great because it'd be a short drive to go see the Reds play in Nashville.
Right, and the Reds might go there. That might be the.
And this is where the Major League Baseball players want the expansion to go.
Yeah.
They must like country music. Tyreek Hill's investigation continues. Do you think Tyreek Hill's in trouble? It doesn't look like it because it looks like the kid that he allegedly assaulted doesn't want to press charges. Must be a real Dolphin fan. What do you think?
It must have been a slap on the wrist that he. I mean, what kind of assault? I didn't even. Come on.
All right.
These people were looking for paydays.
I wrote the dang names down of the MMA guys, and I'm supposed to bring it, and I forgot to bring the goddamn. But this guy's 14-0, Nick, and he knocked the hell out of his opponent. It was like nothing.
Is this?
I don't let me see what weight class it is, but I'll find it here, and I'm mad I didn't freaking bring it up here in the first place. Ila Topurio, 14-0, knocked out Josh Emmett in the ground. NASCAR's got a race tonight, of all things, Sunday night, 7 o'clock in Nashville. Are you going to watch it? I am not.
I click on a little bit. Sunday Night Baseball and NASCAR.
WNBA, guess who's made the All-Star team, Nick?
Brittany?
Yes, she's made the All-Star team.
You know why?
Musk versus Zuckerberg. Who are you going to bet on?
Oh, Musk. For sure.
You know what? I don't know.
Got a glass jaw. Did you see his picture of that?
Now, all I got to say is this. I hope Musk could kick his ass or the fight doesn't happen.
Right.
I don't want to see Zuckerberg beating the hell out of Elon Musk.
No way. He said he's going to train for it, too. Musk said I'm going to train.
Well, I hope so.
He must be doing it on his yacht.
Penny Hardaway's been suspended 3 games.
For what?
Recruiting violations. That's all he ever does.
Yeah.
Should Penny Hardaway be kicked out of America?
Hell no. He's good for a man.
All right. Porzingis. He's been traded to the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
They like those white boys, don't they?
They sure do.
Do you think Porzingis will save the Celtics?
No, he was done a few years ago, man. Who did he play for before?
New York Knicks.
No, I knew that. Yeah.
And then he went west to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, he's done.
All right. Dak says Zeke is his best friend. Well, do you think Zeke will be a Cowboy this year? Nobody else seems to want him.
For a lowered salary, I'm sure Jerry would take him back, sure.
All right. Gronkowski's teammate, an unnamed teammate, said Gronkowski used to drink and party all night and then pass out and wake up and play.
I did the same thing, but I was a printer. We'd stay all night drinking, partying, wake up in the same clothes, go to work.
Tom Brady was seen vacationing with his kids, jumping off a boat in the middle of the ocean without life jackets. Is this a parental malfeasance? Hello, Willow.
His kids were doing it. I'm sure.
I say let them live, too.
Of course.
They know how to swim.
Of course.
Wimbledon is going to use AI for some of their calling the tennis matches.
They already used some kind of laser thing for line.
The world's ending, Nick, and I don't know if you realize it or not. Jeez, old Pete.
Next it'll be AI umpires.
Pickleball has caught the nation by storm, but there's more and more pickleball injuries going to the ER. My first reaction is, what the hell do you expect? They're all old people.
Don't you ever watch these tournaments on ESPN?
No, I swear to God, I just saw this. They now have pickleball tournaments on television.
Yeah, ESPN 8. The Ocho.
Who plays in these things? They're young?
They have to, yeah.
Well, the injuries are coming from all the old people. It's an old man's game. All right, FC Cincinnati got wiped out 3-0. It wasn't a tie by DC United.
Right, they got 2 losses.
But they're still 10-0 at home. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max have been canceled by ESPN Radio, and everybody at ESPN's crying about it.
Oh, are they still on TV? Don't they?
No, they got cut.
Oh, that's great. I never watched it.
I thought they sucked, too. LARSA Pippen, who's dating Michael Jordan's son, just got awarded half Scottie Pippen's money, half his retirement. I'll bet you Scottie Pippen's ready to explode.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine Listen, Scotty. Oh my God, she's dating Michael Jordan's son, and she gets half my money.
He's getting the guns out.
Oh my God, Scotty, I feel for you.
Story that keeps giving.
The NHL says no more specialty sweaters, which means no more pride sweaters, and the pride community is all upset. What say you, Nick? The players have had enough of that crap. They said we don't want them anymore.
I don't want them anymore.
All right.
I don't.
The Major League Baseball Angels beat the Colorado Rockies 25-1. Shameful. All right, this is my favorite story of our show tonight.
Okay.
Carson Wentz went bear hunting in Alaska, took this photograph and posted it. He's getting all kinds of hell from the woke people for killing a black bear. Do you know in Alaska, they want the hunters to hunt the black bear? It's an animal control issue. So he kills a black bear, posts it, and he's getting made fun of by NFL.
And he's not some this rich guy out there paying for it. He's hunted his life.
I like Carson Wentz personally. Even though I hated the Eagles, I've always rooted for Carson Wentz. He ended up sucking as a quarterback, but he was one of our teammates. He talked about God and Jesus, and now he's bear hunting and getting hell for it. And I want to stand up for him.
You know why they're on him? Because bears are cute. If he'd have been on here hunting, well, I shouldn't say a lion because they'd do the same thing. But that's why bears are cute.
Bears are cute until they eat you.
Right.
The Republicans smoked the hell out of the Democrats in the congressional game. Does that shock you? In other words, Republicans in the Congress beat the Democrats. It wasn't even close. Doesn't shock me at all. I'll bet you the Democrats were dressed up in dresses. I'll bet you they didn't even have uniforms on.
At least pride shirt.
I mean, yeah. Bill Romanowski, I hated this guy.
He
spit on people. He spit on people when but Romanowski, he used to have his crap tested. Did you know that? To see what vitamins he should be taking. He sent his crap off to be tested. Well, now Romanowski owes $15 million to the IRS. You know what I say? Screw the IRS.
That's right.
If Hunter Biden doesn't have to pay his taxes, Romanowski should have to pay his taxes.
He gave me some of the best tough advice I ever got. Take a cold shower, ice cold in the morning, because it'll cut a grain of toughness through you into your head. And when he said that, I got goosebumps thinking about it. So I did it the next day. It was cold.
Did it cut through your head, Nick?
A grain or a scar of toughness.
Scar of toughness or something? Yeah. Well, anyway, he used to test his crap. Well, I'm supporting him against the IRS. I basically think nobody should pay the IRS ever again.
That doesn't work.
West Virginia,
one time.
West Virginia players are transferring because Hugs is gone. Not a shocker. I love it. That'll teach you, Morgantown.
Love Hugs.
All right.
Another job.
Okay, I put this one. This was my second favorite topic of our show. The transfer portal. Who named it the transfer portal? It sounds like some science fiction bullshit. The transfer portal.
What do you want to call it?
I don't know. Just call it the transfer device. The transfer portal. It's like you walk in and like they beam you to a different team. Yeah, you get beamed to UK from West Virginia.
Exactly.
Oscar got beamed there.
Why not call it the I Quit portal?
Some big-time local news. Covington Catholic graduate, tight end, Willie Rodriguez is going to the University of Kentucky.
Good for them.
All right, I got to talk about this great story that came out, and I caught it. Michael Jordan was playing cards on planes with a backup bull named Jack Healy. Never heard of him either. Anyway, Jack loses $17,000 on the plane to Jordan.
That's what
he thinks Jordan's going to just let it go. Jordan said, nah, baby, nah. Healy's dad apparently was rich. Jordan made him call his dad, go pick up the cash, and bring it to Jordan.
Hey, this is what Jordan...
That's a killer. Michael Jordan's a killer, man.
Yeah, when they played, man, this was a story...
I wouldn't even want to try to mow his grass and do it wrong.
I'm telling you, man.
Jeez, Pete. I don't want to challenge him to a croquet game. All right. You can imagine when he goes war, he hits you and bam, he hits you out of there. All right. Aaron Judge has got a torn ligament in his toe from running into the wall. He was leading the league in home runs, having a great year, and now he could be out for the year. This is terrible.
It's terrible for baseball.
I love Aaron Judge.
I know.
And the Yankees suck without him.
Is it the turf toe, which is a horrible injury?
No.
I think that was such a...
He hit it on that wall. All right, Kels tells Chase, you better shut up talking about, Holmes. I I say, Chase, you keep mouthing off all you want about Mahomes.
Hey,
what do you say?
He had to back his quarterback, protect his quarterback there. I don't think there's any kind of animosity between these two guys.
I think it's just really show. Really.
This offseason, man.
All right, killer whales attacked a boat during an event. I mean, like a yacht event. It was the killer. The orcas go, oh, we're going to kill this boat.
I always root for the animals in this. Too bad they didn't knock the boat over, and these guys are fighting for their lives. But yeah, before you said that to me, I saw it, and I was rooting for them orcas, baby. Mean creatures.
Well, is there anything? See, we got through our list.
That's amazing.
Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about related to sports or anything else? Because we're without boundaries.
I know we are.
Josh, do you have anything that you think we should address?
I don't.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, American jury, Bulldog Nation, thanks for tuning in to Sports Without Boundaries. Come back we're allowed to cuss on our show.
That's right.
And we're not woke. We can make fun of people and not get fired for it. See you next week.
Steve.